Welcome to another video from Alberta Bushcrafter. My name's Dean, and I want to show you a neat little piece of gear. I am a bit of a gearhead, I will tell you. That's just the way I am. I like to always go and try out new gear, but there's actually something I found that's been quite useful. I live on the Alberta prairies. Actually, I'm more in parkland, so there's a lot of woods around me. You can actually see behind me, that's a whole untouched area of woodland that I often go hiking on and so on. So one of the things is behind me, some of that is swamp, and it has been, this is 2014, it has been a very cold, wet spring, but the bugs are coming out in force. And behind me is actually somewhere back in there, if it gets really wet, there's actually a swamp. Yay, there goes my property value. No, it's far enough away. It is a breeding ground for mosquitoes, though, and I hate mosquitoes. Now, there's a piece of gear I discovered. By itself, I didn't think about this for over a year, but I finally had the opportunity, because it was on sale, to buy this. And this is the Thermacell area bug repellent, or insect repellent. This is a really nice piece of gear. S.C. Johnson makes one as well. That's the off, what do we call it? The off power pad. They both work on the same principle. There's a little pad soaked in a type of repellent. It's a plant-based natural repellent. Not sure exactly what it is, but you know, you wouldn't want to have it in your salad. Anyways, both of them use the same principle. There's a heating plate, and the off repeller works on a candle. I will eventually get one of those and try it out and see how it works. The off does not have a portable repeller though, however. This one works on a butane cartridge, and normally it is, well, in Canadian dollars, the unit itself is about $30 to $35. Yes, it's a little pricey, very effective. It also comes in camo. I'm not big on the pattern. As you can tell, I wear different kinds of camouflage. This is not my favorite hat either. You'll see it in another video. My favorite bush hat is currently drying because I'm waterproofing it. It does come with a holster. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't. The Thermacell unit itself, this part, is 35 bucks. This is an extra 15. I got this because there was a combo package at the most popular Cabela's store in the world. Yes, it actually turns out the South Edmonton Cabela's store, which, you know, I've really grown fond of. It is the busiest Cabela's store in the entire Cabela's chain. Well, they have this on with the holster for 35 bucks. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a closer look at this. One thing I have done, however, you'll see another video of mine on paracord ties. That's what this is. This is actually a spare tie I made. It's about 24 inches long, and this is actually great for hanging it. The holster comes with a couple of little loops here. You can see me put my thumbs through it, and it's very handy. There's also two very good pockets on the side. One will hold a butane cartridge. This is how I do it. I put a butane cartridge in one, and I put the little insecticide pads in the other. So, let's take a closer look. Okay, so here's a closer look at the actual Thermacell device. This is the deluxe kit. This is the one that comes with the Thermacell and with the case. That's a real tree camo. I have also added one of my paracord ties because this is great for wrapping around a tree and you know, hanging and so on. I'm just going to leave that on. And this is what it looks like. There's a little pad that goes in there, and the two pockets are nice if you get the holster. This is actually a very handy holster. The entire kit together, regular price. I've actually never seen them sold together regular price. There are promo kits available. But normally this is Canadian, about 30 to 35 bucks. Look for it on sale. And the holster is anywhere from 12 to 15, depending on where you shop. Again, this one I got as a combo that was 35 bucks total. So I figured that was a decent deal. It's very simple. You have an on-off switch. So you turn it on. There's a little piezo igniter here. And you push it, and I don't think you'll be able to see this, but look in the little window there, and there's a little glow plug or burner that starts up, and you'll see it glow orange. Now this one is quite nice. It's kind of fortuitous because I've actually just run out of gas on this one. So I'll show you how to replace it. These, I'm not going to open it up because they're sealed. But what they are, if you can see it here, I'll push it out. The whole principle is that there is a pad there. There's a pad. This is soaked in a type of plant-based insect repellent. I like to load it from the left, it's the preference. And in here is a butane canister. The reason I like the holster is it will hold about 6 of the repellent refills. That's 4 hours a piece, so there's 24 hours. And it will hold a spare one of these, which is 12 hours. So you've actually got enough for 24 hours if you need it. I like this as an area repellent versus DEET or something like that because, well, DEET is great if you need it. It doesn't keep them away though. It keeps them from touching you, but the bugs will still swarm around you. Now, my favorite insect repellent in the bush is actually a fire because everyone, well, I like a fire. I don't know if everyone does, but yeah. This, I normally use it so I can actually keep the bugs away while I'm prepping a shelter or food or getting a fire started. So this actually unscrews. Yeah, that's empty. There. That takes care of that. Pretty simple to start up. All you do is you screw this in till it's snug. Put that back on. I'm going to save this. Man, like I said, I'm going to go off here. Turn it on. I don't know if you heard that, but right away I heard a puff like a barbecue. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but you might see a little light there. That's the burner. So at that point, it goes back in the holster. Oops, did it wrong. This is a fairly new piece of gear for me. So you keep the hood to the back. A couple of things I like to be careful of. There is a window in here to see that it is still lit. A couple things I like to do is I like to make sure that hood is away from this. This can get quite hot. And the other thing, it advises you, there is a nice little belt clip on the back. This is great, you stick it on your pack or on your belt. But do not block these air holes. Yeah, these are essential. You can cause a burn hazard, plus it'll just go out. Now, one of the things about this too is I've actually noticed a couple times that it will, in a really good breeze, it can go out. But that's not very often. So, as far as performance goes, this is 35 bucks and the refills in Canadian dollars is about 8 bucks. So, not terribly cheap. And that's 12 hours. But this does work like a charm. It is beautiful. a little earlier. I think I've given a demonstration when I was replacing the pad. Yeah, while this was off, I had mosquitoes just sort of swarming in on me, and yeah, I turned this on, I lit it, it was on, they were gone in less than a minute. Now, what other alternatives? I like this because it's a little more wind resistant. And then, let's see here. There's another product out there. It's from Off. You know, I think that's SC Johnson. Sorry, give me a second. I had some wind coming up here. So, Off. That's a, you know, common bug repellent. I don't like it terribly much because I've even found the extra strength deep woods Off doesn't keep the bugs away like they claim. But they have a product called the, let's see here, the Off Power Pad. It works on the same principle as the Thermacell with a couple exceptions. It is candle powered. So again, you light the little candle and then it heats up a pad similar to this one right there. And I've heard it does an okay job. The only thing I've heard people complain about is, one, it's usually a lantern or a little table light or something like that. So not as portable as this. You cannot clip one of those to your belt. And the other thing is, because it's a candle, well, there's also the possibility, as far as I've heard, it can be, it's not as wind resistant as this. I've actually got a decent breeze picking up behind me, and it's still lit. Okay, that's about all I have to say about this. This is a great unit. So, yeah, I mean, if you can ever get one of these on sale, it's worth getting. It's worth carrying around. Now remember, I am in the Canadian prairies. So Western Canada, in Parkland County, west of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now, I don't know, for example, some of the other channels I watch, like EconoChallenge. I'd love to see you guys try one of these out, because I don't know how well this would work in, like, Ontario black fly country, or any other places for that matter. All I know is how they work here. But as far as that goes, they work wonderfully here. They're a lot cheaper than the $300 or $400 area repellents or mosquito traps that are, they're very expensive, and they cover about half an acre. Those are, I've seen those work as well, but you can't really carry those around in the bush, can you? Not unless you've got a ATV with a trailer. So this is a nice little personal alternative. It doesn't have some of the drawbacks of DEET, although that's always a decent thing to have. The other thing is with DEET, well, you've got the little issues with certain fabrics can get attacked by DEET and they can melt, as I mentioned before. So, I don't know, this is just my opinion. Your results may vary, but try it and see what you think.